As the months rolled on, the dynamics between Adejua, Ifeoma, and Emeka continued to evolve in unexpected ways. Emeka and Adejua's relationship, which had started with such promise, began to experience some turbulence. Small disagreements and misunderstandings created a growing rift between them. Feeling frustrated and needing someone to talk to, Emeka reached out to Ifeoma, inviting her over to his house under the pretense of discussing his issues with Adejua. Ifeoma, still harboring unresolved feelings for Emeka, agreed to meet him. During their conversation, the familiar connection between them reignited, and they ended up making out. Unbeknownst to Ifeoma, Emeka had used her as a rebound, seeking comfort during his rough patch with Adejua. What Ifeoma didn't realize was that Adejua believed Emeka didn't have Ifeoma's contact information. This oversight led Adejua to trust that there could be no improper interactions between them. However, the secrecy of their meetings created an underlying tension. One evening, Adejua noticed a strange number repeatedly calling Emeka's phone. Curious and a bit suspicious, she discreetly checked Emeka's call log and saw Ifeoma's name. Her mind raced, wondering why Emeka would need to contact Ifeoma so frequently. When Emeka went to the washroom, Adejua took the opportunity to investigate further. She found several interactions between Emeka and Ifeoma in the call log. When Emeka returned, she confronted him, trying to find answers. "Emeka, why has Ifeoma been calling you so often?" Adejua asked, her voice trembling with a mix of anger and confusion. Emeka fumbled his words, unable to give a convincing response. "It's not what you think, Adejua. We were just talking about you." Frustrated and feeling betrayed, Adejua left, heading straight to confront Ifeoma. She arranged a meeting with her, determined to get to the bottom of this. "Ifeoma, I need to ask you something," Adejua began, her tone serious. "Why has Emeka been calling you so often?" Ifeoma hesitated, feeling the weight of her secrets pressing down on her. After a moment of silence, she took a deep breath and confessed. "Adejua, there's something you need to know. Emeka and I had a brief relationship before you two started dating." Adejua's face was a mix of shock and betrayal. "Why didn't you tell me, Ifeoma? We promised to be honest with each other." Tears welled up in Ifeoma's eyes. "I was afraid, Adejua. I didn't want to lose your friendship. Emeka and I were over before you two got together. I never meant to hurt you. We decided to be just friends, and I was calling to check up on you." Adejua took a deep breath, calming herself. "All right, Ifeoma. If that was before us, then I suppose there was nothing wrong with it." Adejua felt a mix of emotions but decided to focus on salvaging her friendship. "Let's start fresh, Ifeoma. We need to promise to disclose everything to each other, no matter how hard it might seem." Ifeoma nodded, relief washing over her. "I promise, Adejua." With a renewed sense of honesty, they embraced and vowed to rebuild their friendship on a stronger foundation. However, their peace was short-lived. A few days later, Emeka attempted to send a photo to Ifeoma but accidentally sent it to Adejua instead. At that moment, Ifeoma was sitting across from Adejua, and they were spending a quiet evening together. Adejua, curious about the message, opened it while Ifeoma was still engrossed in her phone. Her eyes widened as she looked at the image on her phone. The photo was clearly inappropriate, meant for Ifeoma, not her. Adejua looked up from her phone, her gaze locking onto Ifeoma's eyes without a word. The silence between them was deafening, filled with unspoken accusations and shattered trust. Ifeoma's heart pounded as she realized what had just happened, the fragile peace they had built now hanging by a thread. Adejua's face was unreadable, but the hurt in her eyes was unmistakable. The questions lingered, unanswered, as both women sat in a tension-filled silence, knowing that their friendship had been irrevocably altered once again.